Thank you. Bro, it has my wrong screen now. There we go. Too much reverb. Again? Nah, that can be happening. So yeah, that was a great start. We a lot of echo. How is that possible? Does it still have echo now? Some echo, but not better than not hearing you at all. Yeah, I don't know. I changed legitimately nothing of my setup. Is it better now? Better? A little bit better. Little, yeah. I don't know how to get the echo off. Is it now good? Now it works. Finally. So yeah, today was an interesting day. Today a lot of stuff happened. A lot of stuff was happening in the charts. A lot of stuff was also happening privately. It's the second time streaming. I'm having my volume on max. Is it better now? Let me try something. Volume down. Volume is dead, and there's the echo. Voice sounds good, far better, better. Voice fading water. Now it's great. It's a bit louder. Come on. Yeah, come on. Yeah, my phone was close to it. Volume is good, I can hear you now a bit better. It's the phone next to you. No, my phone is not here, it's 8:10. I'm gonna roll with it. And I'm sorry if it's like, I'm still starting up. It's the second time streaming, so it happens. I wanted to discuss and do two things today. The first is talk about psychological aspect in trading. And with the psychological aspect in trading, I mean two things. The first thing is how to psychologically deal with everything around it, from personal situations to headspace to what's going on, etc., etc., and how to actually do it within and while trading. The first thing for me, personally, I was thrown off my game today. Why was I thrown off my game? Because someone, for the first time in a really long time, actually sent a death threat on Twitter. I shared it on Discord, I shared it with you guys. Someone was actually out of the blue making a lot of statements, a lot of violence, even in what was for me just nothing, and nothing even happened. The fact that someone responds like that, does that, and had that happening was really an interesting, non common, non familiar moment for me, to be honest. Because, yeah, people are just sick. Welcome to the internet, welcome to things. We're just doing everything and trying to be the best, trying to do stuff, and just trying to be there for them and with them in their journey of trading. And I'm gonna deviate my positions for a bit here. And while we try our best to be there for them, they go a completely different way. So that made me think about how to do this stream. And this stream for me will be mostly like the psychological aspect of trading, like I said before. And what I mean with it is, how do you set up trades? Where do you feel comfortable with? What is it for you that you can lose, want to lose? And what do you actually want to be as a trader? For me, if I look at the charts, it's almost like a video game. I want to win it, I want to beat it. I can let go of my emotions fairly well, to a really, really big extent. But there are two big aspects in the trading itself. It is, what do you get influenced by? By what do you let yourself get influenced? And what is the biggest issue for you to do take a trade or to not take a trade? Because honestly, you will never have an issue if you don't take a trade. Because if you're not taking any trades, you will not have a problem. I'm reading chat in the meantime. Yeah, it will get worse. It will not be an issue. I can handle it. I can just deal with it, click it away, etc. But yeah, that's fine. My stream link is broken. Let me fix it. I'll send a new link. I'll send a new link in the Discord. So for me, the psychological aspect behind trading is, how much are you willing to lose? How much are you willing to gamble? How much is it worth to you to do take or do not take a trade? If I'm comfortable with being in a loss, for me a fairly easy position would be to start DCing here on the 5-minute time frame at the 50 EMA. If I'm really comfortable with losing and I'm willing to take big risks, I can scalp fairly easy off a bounce of the 50. Not a lot of people would do it. Not a lot of people probably will take it, but by marking it off and talking, I think it would have been spot on and already a nice little rejection right at the point here. If I want to take less of a risk, I have to hunt better my vectors and I have to better mark off my charts. And the issue is that I cannot decide for any of you. That's why I don't copy trade. I am not feeling comfortable with taking other people's money and trading with it. If I start trading with other people's money, it makes me nervous. It gives me issues mentally, maybe even physically. So that's not the thing for me to do. And trading works the same as every other thing in life. How much money are you willing to spend on something? Do you want to buy a pair of shoes for 300? Or do you want to take a lot of trades, try to learn, try to get there? For me, honestly, what moved me at this point, or moved me to this point, I blew my account multiple times. From 1K, 2K, T-Rex, 6Rexy, from 1K, 2K, 5K, 10K. At one point with Luna, I lost 270K. The 270K made me realize that things needed to change. And needing to change also means that there will be a sweet spot between my size, my leverage, my risk, and how do I do things. Yeah, I know there's an echo. I cannot fix the echo right now. I'm sorry for it. Due to the fact that everyone needs to find his way, it's really important to first check. Wait, I have to check it again. Delete new audio input device. Is the echo better now? sending tips in my DM. Is it the same? I don't even hear an echo. Choose effect recovery 17k. Yeah. Let me finish about the mental aspect of everybody needing to check for themselves what. Let me move my mic. Maybe this makes it better. Is it better now? I move my microphone. Let me. Oh, this. Yeah, I move my mic around a bit. Is it better now? I stopped seeing my video even. Now I lost my video. This is such a great stream. Where did my video go? Yeah, whatever. We are trading off the 50 EMA as we speak. We can do risk management at another time. Yeah, we might have had it. Yeah, I might have doubled on. Let's go to Bitcoin because I'm completely off my game because of all of this. Let's go to the charts. What did we do today? We had the stop on low. We completely humiliated this zone towards the 15.8 as we semi-projected yesterday evening. We had a daily open that came already pretty, was already pretty low. We went with 1, 2, 3 drops to the downside and we shift out completely towards the European session. From the European session we went back into the psychological ranges, psychological low, psychological high, even breaking it, setting a new high at the stop hunt. This is where we have been able to get one of the better trades in. We took a nice little short with some DCA positions right here on this point. And right now we're back trading at the 50 and at the 200, which we just tapped. We have seen a retap of the daily open. Next thing to see is a retap of the psychological low. So theoretically, where we are now at in terms of ranges, let me get this off first to make it a bit clearer. Volume profile wise, we still have quite some ground to cover. If this will load, at least. Probably not. Give it some time, maybe it will load, otherwise we'll do the FIB retracements from here to this peak. We are now sort of at a make it or break it zone. We're just below the 0.5 level. This one and this one has been perfectly tapped previously as well, and might even be a bit extended. So in ways of trading, we are now at a make it or break it zone. Normally I would not trade this region. Why not? Because we're mid-range consolidating. So for me it's more or less of a guessing game where we're gonna go. The fact that I chose long is we have swept a lot of liquidity. This gap here has been recovered for more than 50%. The gap upwards have been recovered as well. This factor candle is the only candle that they might theoretically come back into before they start shifting out, even though it has been already tapped for quite a bit, because the factor on the left, this one starts with its wick there, but this candle already went back in. So for me, also, if I look at where the channel right now is going, I would favor upside momentum for now. We have a lot of untouched liquidity in this peak, and especially in this peak. For me, the next projection would be this area right here. Let me get some of my lines back. What theoretically could happen is I think we might see another bounce at the daily open. Might. But I'm not really. Psychological low will be taken. Probably move back for a small retest, take the psychological high, test it, consolidate for a bit. I assume we shift out to the upside to minimum this range and potentially even higher. For me, 17.2 is the next area of interest and the potential area to control. After that, we have to see. Why? Why do I think that? Euro has been continuously moving up. As we discussed before already and also in yesterday's stream, Euro is still moving and shifting out. You had a small down drop, but it keeps moving up. It's either being set up or something else is going wrong. I know we had news, I know we had a lot of oppression, I know a lot of things have happened that did influence the crypto market tremendously. And the same for the dollar. The dollar has been absolutely, it's just almost free falling. It keeps on free falling to a small CME gap opening. But again, it's showing another sign of weakness, dumping below the 1.7 area again, which is theoretically also quite the key area for the dollar. Ethereum breaking down, let's see. Yeah, ETH is trading below still, but ETH is continuously different than BTC. I must say the trades are still looking healthy. This is not much of a drawdown, this is not much. And even if there's a drawdown, we will DCA into it since the expectation is higher. The expectation is up. Why is the expectation up? We wiped out everything. What much more is here now to grab? We've had the point of control. Let's see how we are doing in regard of the bands. They have been reset. I think I need to change the settings here. Inputs. They have broken the first one, the second one, went back in to the mean and now coming up from the point of control, which tab now. Since we are dropping a bit anyways, I think this is still above and this is still not much. We can let it run for a bit. But I think most are interested in how do I DCA and what is my DCA strategy mostly. For me, first to enter trade, I need to have the chance of a clear break of some sort of structure or something that is forming. For me at this trade, it was theoretically higher high, lower high, lower high, lower high, and it kept on moving where it tapped this point. This point was a retap of my box. So for me, this would be my first confirmation of that we can actually start moving out. For me to continue, this point right here would actually normally be a point where I would DCA into my trades. And if it would keep it tight, this would be my stop loss. So 1 second for here now. We can actually put some liquidity in the trades, even though it's just 10%. If it breaks down, we still have a lot of headroom for this to conquer. This level should normally hold. It has been tested once, shifted out, tested twice, but it broke down, but slowly and now it's consolidating at this range. But this is one of the most important hold levels. It has had a lot of trouble coming out of it. It is an old origin candle. Here it went back in, but forcefully shift out before consolidation and continuation up. This right here feels like there's a lot of consolidation prior to a big move. Even though it is breaking trend line and it is indeed continuously moving down. But still we have seen in days like this that it's super important to not change bias too quickly. If you change your bias too quickly, you will get stopped out and you will lose a lot of money in the current market. That's why my leverage is low. It's also psychologically with leverage 10, I can have a lot of drawdown and I can have a lot. We can take a hit, even if this trade, because I'm streaming, so probably this trade will go to shit. Even if this trade will wick us out, something will happen or whatever, we can absorb it. But the biggest issue right now is that the market is super volatile. We have grabbed the liquidity at the lows. I still think we need to recorrelate the markets. How do I choose a stop loss? Well, a stop loss for me is more or less a process. If I DCA from this point, and this point, for example, they would have different rate ratios. So my first point here would have about 20 to 25% of my trade. Second point would be, again, 25% of my trade, and this one would have 50% of my trade. So the lower I go, if I'm still certain about the trade, the heavier my DCA position will be. So that means that my stop loss in the end will be probably around here, because I'm moving 25, 25, 50, and it keeps on dragging the total down. That also means that I try to hunt my last stop loss below a key bounce zone. Here we had this one shift out, tested and holding before drop. So the chances of this level holding are fairly big. And that's the 16.388 level, which will probably correlate to something. But this level will probably hold. So my stop loss would ideally be around this level. That's how I DCA and how that I work with stop losses and try to keep it flexible. Because especially now, doing a fixed stop loss will potentially kill you. It is complicated to do. There is a lot of volatility, a lot of absorption of news. Even though today there hasn't been any news, we are still pumping, dumping, retracing, moving left and right. Like, look at these volume in these candles from the dump and from the pump previously. This pump had way more volume than this one, with even a stopping candle on the 5 minute for these. I'm reading chat in the meantime. It killed me a few times, yeah, and that's the big issue. These wicks will kill you. These wicks will become an issue. And then again, it's a matter for me, I'm comfortable with taking a trade that is 25, 30, 35% in a drawdown. Here it can be a 30% loss. But as long as I'm certain about my trade, and as long as I'm certain about my bias, then it's fine. So trading on Bybit and TAs on Binance Shot, yes. The thing is, Binance has the most volume. So for me, the correlation between what this is doing on Binance and what my Bybit is doing is not that big. That's fine. We can work that. Let's see that Solana. Oh, no, not Solana. ETH is doing the most work down. Yeah, ETH is a bit of an odd fellow, because ETH might go back to the daily open and from here try to regain. But these candlesticks are mostly recovered. I truly favor more upside than downside, due to the fact that we have no news today. Monday might be the false move. Even though we came up, I don't see us going much more down, because it would be too easy, and it would also be too convenient for the market to just keep on moving down. There's no set reason for it to move down further and keep decorrelating off all the existing markets. And the indicator should recommend. Yeah. I have a couple. I will do a separate thing on and go in depth on all my indicators. I actually got rid of quite some today because it was messy. I had 7 or 8, so I took most of them out and I have a couple of them left. I still use this volume and these volume charts. So I can do something separate on what indicators I would use, what I would think. Are we going up or down? Well, it's one of the two. I think we're going up, but yeah, I don't know. How good of an indicator are Bollinger Bands? I like to use them because the market mostly likes to stay between them. But in the current situation, I don't think there is any good indicator that is trustworthy and that is really usable in the current market. Because the market is actually crazy. This might be the craziest and the most hardcore market psychologically, but also financially, that we have seen so far. What is happening right now is absolutely crazy. Money is vaporizing, exchanges are dying, everything is being tested. Everything is being taken, all the liquidity is being taken, all the money is being taken, and that truly is a lot. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot on the mental aspect. And again, that's also where I started my stream with. Mentally is super important. If you're not mentally strong enough to sit through a drawdown, as long as you're correct, as long as you are still confident in a trade, I never sit in a trade again and think, I hope it turns. As soon as you go to the understanding mentally of thinking that you're hoping that the market will turn, you're in a wrong and better cut the loss. We can better cut a loss. There's nothing wrong with taking a loss. The question is, how long are you willing to sit in a loss? If you withstand 40%, 50%, 60%, 70%, indeed it is actually possible that the trade in the end will come back. That the trade will indeed make you money. It's also super possible that the trade indeed is going into your direction. But it's a mental aspect to weigh in, really to just weigh off what makes you more money. Do I make more money by going with the trend as soon as I see a trend occurring and I know it's getting in the opposite direction? Or is it better to hold on? What do you mean by confident in a trade? Before taking a trade, I always like to establish my bias. That's why sometimes on Discord I switch from long to short, from long to short, from long to short. I want to be certain about the direction. So for myself, mentally, I want to know if I think it's going left or it's going right. It's going up or is it going down. That's the first thing I establish. I want to know where I am in the ranges. I want to know what is happening macro-wise. I want to know where the news is at. And that is the first point I start working from to establish. And if I have established what I think, what I guess from looking across the board, then I start working. I see my camera still not working. 1 second, let me check where my camera things is going. Yeah, apparently all that I use for streaming stopped. But okay. BTC 14k, yes or yes? Potentially. I have even lower levels marked off, like 11,000, and for me the last reserve would be around this level. Truly. So I think 9k. But for me, currently the market is crazy. The market is batshit crazy. We're having a Monday evening, we don't have news. It's printing wicks without anything happening of 0.5% and even more. %0.5%. That is absolutely ridiculous. I'm still trying to fix my camera. Stupid thing. Really weird. Everything that I touch breaks. Like, would it be a sign or? Let me see if this will fix the issue. Yes, my voice better now. Oh, and all of a sudden my camera starts working as well too. Oh, that's amazing. There we go. Look! But at least I fixed my audio, I fixed my camera. If I can now fix my BTC trade, we're all good. We're all in profit. Spend a lot and it worth it? Yeah, now it's worth it. Yeah. But yeah, BTC keeps on printing ridiculous wicks. It keeps on doing ridiculous stuff. So this market is hard to make money. Making money, keeping money, having money are super, super important things. Like, what is the end goal? For me, the end goal is not to remain trading. For me, trading is a methodology to get to the point where I can just put it in my port and wait out a couple of years. For me, the goal is to accumulate as much as possible towards the point where it can be put into portfolio. Because port size will matter. Holding on to coins will in the end matter. It's not about how big your trading port is. If you believe in crypto and if you believe in the space, then the way to go is holding on to coins. Solana's pumping. What is Solana doing then? Yes, Solana. The thing with Solana is Solana tends to front run the market. I've noticed it for 3 or 4 days now again. Solana is front running the market. So the fact that Solana is now pumping again might give us a clue about what ETH and BTC will do shortly. Because Solana is making a double top formation that might break out of this structure. ETH is still going down, Bitcoin is still doubting, Bitcoin still has no clue. And the problem with Bitcoin now is Bitcoin market takes a lot of money to move. A lot of money to move. That is why Bitcoin is one of the slower pairs. Solana now lost a lot of capital, lost a lot of market. So Solana can move faster, it can move quicker, and it can move easier. So Solana is always up, in front of Bitcoin, or behind Bitcoin. That is quite interesting to see, because normally they were aligned. Did I just close my Bybit? Nice. Just throw out my Bybit. Yeah, I'm that confident in my trades, I just stopped looking at them. Now Solana's also having a small drawback again. But still, this range is not doing anything. It's not biting. It has this wick here. It has this support. It still has this one to fall on at the daily open. So for me, it's not a worry yet until we break this point. The same with BTC before the daily open. And that is for BTC a bit lower. But before the daily open is being breached, and before we go through these levels, there's not much happening. That also makes it super hard to trade. Like, we are at a zone we have almost never been before. When have we been consolidating in this zone? That will probably be a couple of years, maybe. Last time we have been in the zone was here. Last time in the same zone was here, and we quickly shifted out, went back, shifted out again. So this structure that is forming here, out, in, out, back, out, in, but not the out yet, because there's not much force. But on the other side, it has been breached pretty hard. Like, for real, pretty hard. And there's another time where we went in. That is the first bull market, tapped it, and went back down. So still we're at a zone that is pretty new to almost everyone trading it. Except when you're in crypto for day one, you have been trading for day one, then maybe the zone is different for you. How are you? Let me read the news. Have you traded Forex? Why and why not? I have traded Forex. I like trading Forex. Forex behaves differently and is more approachable. It's not my thing. I like volatility. I like to be fast. I like to scalp up, down, up, down, up, down. Yeah, that just helps. I want to be fast in. I want to be fast out. I need speed. That is, yeah, that's what I need. That's what I look for. So yeah, Forex for me is less interesting. It's a very dominated and regulated market. It also has, yeah, what platform? I used to be able to do FTX, but now MT4 is also shutting down. So I have to look into it again. I think that Nick, I don't know if he's in, from Mischievous, he has now a new platform that I want to try out. I want to see if I can play with that. But further, I don't have any platforms now, but there are enough to do Forex pairs on. Are you gonna do the 10 to 1K? Yeah, I'm gonna try it. Listen, this is also a psychological thing. Starting with 10 leaves you no margin for mistakes. And if I say no margin, it means no margin. It's super tight. It's not a lot of money. Bitcoin seems to be breaking down after all. And that's clear. I shouldn't do calls on streams. That is also an option. Let's watch it for a second what will happen. Because it is again forming a parabolic structure, and I keep repeating it. Every time it forms something that looks like a parabolic structure, it does shit itself. Like here the example is again parabolic down, parabolic down. This one was less, but again parabolic, 1, 2, 3, boom, breakout. So I'm still confident in more upside momentum. So if not, I just will take a loss, and that might be time in the challenge that I finally take some losses. But this is still not a big drawdown. I'm trading at almost 600 port, and I'm sitting at a drawdown of 11 and 14 because it is semi-DCA'd in. It had some wiggle room. Bitcoin looks like it might still be able to hold this level and not completely annihilate the trend. How is it possible to tag Chento here on YouTube? You are doing it. I don't know. How come the SSR server is closed? I don't know. I don't know SSR. I haven't seen much from SSR, to be honest. I've been in the channel for quite some time, but yeah, I don't know why he closed it off again. Well, you can do 50 instead of 10. Yeah, but the thing is, if I want to do something, then I start at 10. The biggest issue is from 10 to 300. As soon as I reach 300, I'm at a port where I can comfortably trade. And what I mean with that is I need a bit of position size to actually see it move. And by actually seeing it move, then it makes a difference. You need to be able to, like at 10, if I take 30% profit, I make 2.1. And if I make 2.1, yeah, it's not doing a lot. Mischievous. Good evening. So from 10 will be a stretch. It's going to be a stretch. I will try it because also for myself is a challenge. But what I also notice is doing the 10K challenge, and I don't want to say that as is us paper trading, yes, no, whatever, that's up to everyone for themselves to decide. But for me, there comes a point, and that's approximately at 4.5K, that I mentally get issues if other people are following. Due to the fact that if other people follow me, I know how much money is at stake. If I see positions above 1 BDC, which happens a lot if you're trading with 4 or 5K port. So you take 30%, is 1500, leverage 10, you're approximately already at that size. That's when for me things get real, because in the back of my head, other people are following it. Other people are doing it as well. Other people are also working with these amounts. And then the risk for me becomes bigger because I don't like to lose other people's money. I'm comfortable with throwing in a shit ton of my own port and see where it ends, but I don't have that with other people. I don't want to do that with other people's money. So that for me is the sweet spot. That's why I like to try the challenge of 10. I will see if I can get it to 100 first, because that's already 10 times the money. Then from there on, I will see. I did the 10 euro challenge, had to restart 4 times until I hit it. Got that up to 1,000 euro within 4 weeks. It was an absolute journey. Yeah, that is a great achievement. It's hard to do, truly. Someone is asking to check out SRM. But it is hard to keep and stay healthy in the current market. Yeah, SRM is at a hold level. This one has been big. Like if it loses this, SRM might be in a bit of trouble. Because then it's getting into, there are not a lot of factors to really come back at. So I don't know, everything seems to be a bit of a standstill. Same as ETH. ETH is not moving much. Also not a lot of volume. I guess we're entering the dead gap now. So either they're gonna do something really crazy. Yeah, that's also a thing, what I'm curious about. How am I gonna feel when I have to grind to dust for just $2, $3, $4, $5? Because I'm not used to it. Like for me, this is already a stretch, because I could easily do bigger port, bigger trades, do it for myself and just have some fun, and that's it. I do it because I like the challenge and I like to help people. But yeah, it's gonna be a big stretch to see me sitting to 100. TRX, yeah, TRX I don't know, because it has been in a lot of news. And also the same, if it can hold this, which it looks like, it might be a good long. I'm not gonna call it, I'm just gonna draw it as a hint, and everyone can do whatever they want with it. But TRX has come a long, healthy 4.4 way of where it was this morning. So that's up to everybody themselves. Bitcoin looks to be holding the 16.5 range. As long as it holds this range, I'm still favoring more upside momentum. But we have to see. It might bounce here because I think it will hit something there. Not just the 5 range that is holding it up. So yeah, we will see. We will try that challenge. I will finish this challenge first. Do you have your own Discord? No, I don't. I don't have my own Discord. I'm with Mischievous. I do have the one-on-one coaching, and we now started with the group coaching. Is it called PA trading, what you're doing? I don't know. If I really like to see what is happening. So I like to use a lot of macro factors. I like to use some indicators, but not too many. I like to see where we're at, what we're doing, and utilize all of this together to see where we go, when, or can go. With your spot buy Solana here, I think we can see more lows even after a way bigger dump compared to the coins, considering FTX had it involved in Solana. Well, that's actually an interesting question. I did spot buy Solana. Why? Because I still have a stomach ache from ETH back at the point where Celsius went bankrupt. ETH still has this gap open, which I marked off. And that is from the current point still a good 30%. And the fact that I didn't buy it back then, even though it was a weekend, still haunts me. So next to trading, I built my port. And by building my port, I DCA more. So for example, at Bitcoin, every 1,000 it drops, starting from 18, I DCA a bit. So every 1,000 I put in some more money. Same amount, 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%. So 5 times 20, so at 12k I might stop, and if it goes lower I have to free up some funds to even go lower than that. This is still not, it's not budging up, it's not budging down, it's not doing anything. Solana is doing the same, it's consolidating in a set range. And as long as it consolidates in this range, it's not that interesting to do. I sold 50 BTC for 350 euros. Yeah, that hurts. Especially if you mine them. I traded a pizza back in the days. It was one hell of a pizza, I must say. Solana is looking strong. The thing with Solana is Solana had a lot of downdraft. Solana got absolutely humiliated by FTX. I still drew it out. It's more than 60% that it went down from an all-time high. Solana is at 5% almost. 5% of where it has been. No, I didn't close my Solana. Of course not. Solana is actually the only thing that's paying my bills, because ETH is... I don't know what ETH is doing. Not much, but still. Markets move a bit. Like they stopped out down here before. Like if it loses the level, then we might be in trouble if it breaks beyond this point. But still, it's not doing too much. I will stop doing calls on stream because that's not working. Every time I stream, I only take the calls that go negative. It's really interesting. And I must tell Noble Army that he is wrong. Yeah, I told him right now. But it's another bounce. It doesn't look like it's continuing. And if it does, well, yeah, we lost some. Still at 10% pour down. So if it goes below 500 total, I will close my trades. I'm not gonna sit this into hell, because it looks like it's gonna lose another level. So for me, if it goes down here, any DCA so far? Yeah, I DCA'd some of it, but I think it's time for me to cut my losses soon, because it doesn't look like it's holding up. Even though I expected upside, because there's not so much more to grab there. Was there any news, or did anything come out? Did anything happen? Can anyone check? Can anyone check Twitter? Because this is actually quite a volume drop again. Oh yeah. Michael has a theory. Every time it's 45 minutes into the hour, it goes batshit crazy. And once again, it's 45 and it goes batshit crazy. It's something that is so weird, but so extremely accurate right now. That is, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if my trades are gonna hold. I don't know if I want to keep my trades, to be honest, but let's see. We still have one hold level left. That is this line. Yeah, we had one hold level left. That was that line. Is there anything on Twitter? Probably nothing. Let's see. See what we're gonna do. I have to wait it out a bit because this is too much of a sharp move. Too much of a sharp move for me to expect it to keep on dumping, especially right now. Let's see how this factor recovers itself. If it recovers itself above this blue line, I'm still holding on to the trade. And if it closes below this trend line, I will close them and take my loss. At least then we have finally a loss also in the challenge. As Iron 15 is overbought, ETH seems to be following. 16 New York, yeah, it's probably also 3:45 in New York as well. Yeah, this is slowly creeping back up. Only ETH is doing some damage because ETH is dropping harder than the rest. Even though the entries have been semi-simultaneous, but ETH keeps on dumping. ETH is also forming a completely different pattern, and ETH semi-broke its hold level and closed below now. We still have an hour of New York trading indeed. And the fact that we still have 1 hour in New York, they might still reverse it. The same as Asia. Like Asia did an astonishing thing yesterday during the session themselves. They blew it to heaven. They completely blew it. And I'm still favoring higher prices. I still am. Due to the fact that this is a historical low level. Historically low. Let's see, it's creeping back up. Let's see how good we can get out of these trades right now. Let's see if we can mangle ourselves out. I'm reading the Discord chat as well. 2:45. We test the daily open. Let's see on the indication. Yeah, daily open has been perfectly tested. And it seems to be holding on quite well. How filthy is that? Like, if you talk about precision, it doesn't get a lot dirtier than this. Holy, it might be the scam rig from the future. This is ridiculous. And this is also what happens in the market. Like sometimes you can pinpoint things to the exact same number. Let's hope for green vector or at least some proof. Yeah, good. The reversal. And you see, this is why I like to wait. It is dangerous and yeah, honestly, I can lose a lot of money. But it takes some confidence in the trade. It looked like a very, very sharp manipulative play. It is turning out to be a very sharp manipulative play. And we are back again into money. Except ETH is, yeah, I don't know where ETH is. ETH might, yeah. We'll catch ETH after lunch, let's put it that way. And that's why it's important to keep on looking at what is happening. I never close a trade by just looking at my Bybit. I never close a trade only at a Bybit. Because then I don't know what has happened or where we are going or what might actually be the case. I always want to have a bigger picture than just hammer the close button out of panic. On 15-hour red green in the making. Yeah, they might just fully recover this red vector candle. Nasty wick down, but it didn't set a lower low if it continues up. And this looks like quite a powerful push, because we had green volume closing in that previous one. The fact that it closed green is actually quite astonishing. Port is climbing up again, so that's fine. Only ETH is lagging like crazy, and I'm not seeing the commitment yet upwards. But at least they're holding the 16.4, even though this was a forceful breakdown. I don't know yet what I'm gonna do with my trades, to be honest. I really have to wait out more or cycle to lower time frames. 1, 2, 3, fourth candle would be confirmation. This could be a false out. Let's see if this one continues up. I will probably hold on to them. Then I need a green vector now. It's not committing yet. It's not committing. But it's not committing both ways. But this factor has now been for 50% retraced. This FEG gap is closed, so this is a tricky one. This is a tricky one, especially because of this wick. This wick is filthy and this throws me off. So I have two options here. I'm pretty sure about my bias. So I'm gonna kill this to open up funds to theoretically DCA into this. But I don't know if it's still indecisive. Let's look at the left. What do we have for it? This one is now quite recovered. It might go to here, then this would be my next DCA point. Same would go for ETH, and we can work from there. If they take this entry, then it's gonna be interesting. Let's see. I want to see what the 15-minute candle close is gonna do. Because now it looks like it's continuing down. But if this factor gets recovered for 50%, I will DCA more into my long position. I think I'm gonna... It's a name if I indicate that one is Trader's Reality. I think Steve is hunting you. Yeah, he might be. Close it, more people will believe you if you post the Excel sheet. Yeah, I just semi-refuse to close it at the current conditions because the drawdown is not that big yet. Like, this hasn't broken anything, but the thing is, if this fails, it fails. So that is what I am looking at right now. This 5 minutes also not giving a lot of information, neither gives it a lot of intel, because it can still be, this is such a sharp move and there's so much volume happening right now with this one turning purple on volume. I just don't know yet. What do you see as a vector candle? For me, a vector candle is everything. Every candle here is a vector candle. Yeah, I'm risking it. I know. This is risky. This might screw with my challenge. Yeah, now they hunted the liquidity of this one. Would it be the turning point? I'm hoping for it. Now this has force. So there's a lot of force. I'm actually at the point where if I can't beat them, I want to join them. So I just want to reverse my trades, but that is aping in and I'm not going to ape in at this point. This is the perfect example where that I let me get psychologically influenced. There were a lot of people in the chat saying, yeah, I'm longing, and my buys could be long. Because actually there is way more liquidity to the upside than to the downside. Even though my first impulse and the first thing I was doing was indeed shorting. I wanted to short it again. Then we had the fake pump out, and now indeed it is another parabolic school example of a move. But it is at this hold level, and this hold level here might be the 16.2 zone, and it's yesterday's low. They might sweep this one as yesterday's low liquidity and still reverse back up. If it breaks beyond this point, I'm out. So this would actually be my stop loss, 16k. Let me get that out. And then I will cut my trade. It's actually taking a massive dump on me, but still, then I take a beating. Then I was wrong. It happens. Yesterday's low is indeed holding Bitcoin now. I'm super curious to see if this one can hold up for this. I'm curious. Let's see. If it's a 50-minute hold level, then it might recover. This might be a good bounce level. ETH is now bouncing more than Bitcoin is doing. Yeah, then we lose 100. It happens. That's 15% on port. We can take it. Let's do 3 good trades this evening. Yeah, they are closing the gap. They are closing the 50% recovery of that green vector candle that I've been talking about at the beginning of the stream. This gap that was open is now being closed and then might shift out of it with force. Now order is restored in the charts. And from here we could actually make quite a nice formation outwards. Yeah, we have to see. I have to see what happens. I'm still favoring higher prices. It might sound crazy, but I'm still favoring higher prices. And I will change my bias if proven otherwise. But the fact that we had so much downside, so much liquidity being grabbed off the market, and still again Dixie being rejected at the same level again, it cannot continue for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not a never-ending drop without any news happening. I don't know if we missed something. Let's see. Says there's a significant exposure. Yeah, that's not gonna help. Coinbase has 50 million USDT stock. That's 5 hours ago. That's not gonna do it. Relax and stay calm. 8 minutes ago. Why is that? Data from Coinbase market cap USD by 3 billion in past 3 days. That also might, but can anyone check if there's something going on? SSR, he's doing better than me. I cannot have that. Moderators purchase crypto tokens before listing them on FTX. 2-3,000% in profit. Psycho down 9 nothing spectacular. So yeah, we are climbing back up. We have our rejection that I was hoping for. Let's see if this time it's not a fake rejection, but it's an actual V-shaped play that they will make. If so, I will try to cut my trades in the minimum loss that I can make it. And by the way, none of this, also stated in my channel, is financial advice. So trade at your own risk, at your own will. No one is forcing you to press a button, and please don't stab a knife in my back. Greatly appreciate it. Damn, I must stop taking calls on stream. It's unhealthy. Still think we can recover this. Might call me crazy, but I still think we can. Yeah, full port is now in trades. But the fact that this was so sharp and it's such a clear level of holding, and that's the daily open, normally should be able to recover it. But normally, and should be, are two dangerous words while trading. You're running a challenge, people follow your trades, and you still choose to degen. Why am I choosing to degen, to be honest? Why do you think this is degen? That I use my port for trade that I'm confident in with a tight stop loss. I'm not degening, I'm risking from 600 to 500. That's a 15% port that I'm willing to risk to try to save a trade, of which I still have 5% of the current that I can take downdraft on. So tell me, why am I a degen? Yeah, but I think that Kivo guy has been I've seen him pop up a couple of times now with interesting opinions, to say the least. Like, I'm such a degen that indeed my full port is allocated in trades. It is making a recovery. The play that I committed to is still working out to this point. So for me, it's not per se a degen move. I have a rectification and a verification why I'm still in this trade. I have rectified and verified why I'm doing DCAs. I have my key levels marked out. I have my set stop loss at 16k. At this point, it is coming back to the daily open and see if we can break it. And if we break the daily open, for me, we are still having a potentially profitable trade. Even though we are committed quite a bit to the downside. If we can manage to break back up, I still think there's a good chance of at least getting out at 1550. At 1550, I will try to consider and cut my losses. I will consider to cut it. So I have to monitor this for a bit. I'm at 27. If it goes below 500, I will cut it either way. But it looks to be holding, and it might go into another consolidation. One thing that I do want to stress out more, parabolic moves is the new thing that the algorithms work on. I've never seen it happening prior to the holidays, but I truly think that the algorithms have been updated nowadays. I'm almost certain, because it's parabolic. Nothing is moving in straight lines right now. You used to have a lot more straight lines, straight down, a lot more downside activity and sharper plays. That is now all changing for slow bleeds that end into a free fall. Slow bleed, free fall. 1, 2, 3, 4, free fall. 1, 2, 3, 4, free fall. 1 free fall, but still same play. 1, 2, 3, 4, and buy. It keeps on repeating itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, buy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, buy. So we can almost say that after 4 candles that turn red on a downward situation in the market, this is not really good, is it? No, this is not good. I think something truly must have happened either on Twitter or what is he doing again? Why? This is not helping either, to be honest. Because that was a lot of funds that were flowing into the crypto space. But let's see if it holds. If this level loses, I'm out of the trade. I'm cutting my losses, it happens, then yeah. Then that's what we have to do. These are indeed disgusting candles. They happen, they don't happen often, but there's a volatile push going for the last 15 to 30 minutes without any notifiable news. It's the same as they pushed it up. They are recovering. They have now 50% of this factor. Like, look at today. Like, look at this day. We went up 8% to just come down with any verifiable issue again. Another 6. Current days are just semi-disgusting in crypto. And everyone takes beatings, everyone takes losses. Like we won on these trades, yeah, indeed we will probably lose a bit on these. I don't know if I can wiggle myself out of these. I had a guy in Discord saying, please don't tag everyone on my pings. Like, I think that's up to me to decide who that I tag or not. But yeah, that's a whole different story. Let's see if this factor holds and turns around. If not, I have to cut the trade. Let me win some advice. Michael, what are you thinking? It is fighting. Next time when you want to answer me, why my DJ don't block me? Yeah, I timed you out because you kept on doing stuff. Green candle, you long, red candle, you DJ. Okay. Okay. Thanks for your opinion. Yeah, this does it. I must say, I'm getting to the point where I don't think it's looking good. Because the pressure on this one and the volume is extreme. Especially on these lower time frames. Like, why are we pushing down with force at this point? You expect it lower at first. We had the consolidation, we had the rundown. But yeah, it's still tricky because it's holding the levels very well. It's finding resistance at this spot or support. So it is not lost yet. It can still be a V-shaped play. Solana started, yeah. What the fuck is Solana doing? Yeah, but also Solana's feeling pressure down again. Still, it's a tough one. This one is really Really hard one to guess. According to Michael, the 15 minutes is a stopping volume. Yeah, this has a lot of pressure. Keeps on pressuring. Hey, Creamy, how are you? So, I want to hold it out a bit more. Mischievous is requesting some music. Yeah, I cannot play music because of copyrights. So that's the issue. Normally I would. Okay, these trades are like not really doing it for me because of the ongoing continuous pressure. Mischievous, what do you think? Low by keyboard. Oh. You want the keyboard? There you go. Oh, that's what you meant. Yeah, my MacBook keyboard is loud. Breaks the last week. Yeah, we will swerve down to 16k. By a music keyboard. I'm not sure we're gonna dump, but I'm also not sure we're going to pump. And that is my biggest issue. That's why I normally don't do inter-range tradings. Normally I would have taken a long, probably on this level, since I had it marked off previously. But here it's completely indecisive. When's my birthday? January. Yeah. It might be a short trap. It might be trapping shorts because also, yeah, Dixie's making a small move. Yeah, Dixie's pumping, so Euro will probably move down a bit. Look at the left, yes. Government bonds are still at 3.8. And Bitcoin is doing an absolute nosedive. But it's still holding well at the level. It doesn't seem to be breaking this level though. It still seems to be holding this level. It's tricky. Everyone is making mistakes. Everyone can potentially take a loss. It's good, it's healthy for the challenge. Keeps everyone sharp, keeps everyone interested. And the market is broken. Yeah, the market gave me a loss. The market is broken. They updated the algorithm. That sucks. As ES is pumping now. Let's see across the board. Oi. But Nasdaq is taking a freaking nosedive. That is also not helping, I assume. Yeah, Solana is still paying my bills. If this candle turns red, we might be in trouble. Or we enter the new consolidation phase and then it's again back to the guessing game. That's the trouble right now. It's really hard to establish a bias. Normally the market would have fully factored in all the news that has happened at this point. This is potentially indeed what Michael is saying, a point of control for the range. There's a strong resistance, it has a strong support at this level. Mischievous probably 100 leverage fucking ape long this shit. Yeah, he did. Of course he did. And this might hold. Would you close if you would be break even? I don't know. Because if I'm break even, I'm currently at such a level. What? Solana, what are you doing? I'm currently at a level that this shift out would be made then as well. If this whole level doesn't do it, then yeah, then I would be in the money. So honestly, I think I would sit it out until profit then, due to the fact that if it's already past that point, it makes sense to wait for after break even. You can do music, but you can't save a pile. I don't know what you mean by that. Is it done because of Elon stopped the verification ticks? Nah. I don't think so. I don't think Elon has power, but he's not orchestrating dumps of this magnitude. He can be, but then he has to tweet that oh, everything is shit from, yeah, everything is shit that has to do with cryptocurrency. I'm curious why Nasdaq is taking an absolute bleed, but I cannot find anything on Twitter. Accumulating paper money is going away sooner or later. Blockchain, yeah, I'm still fucking, yeah. Bull market is back, really? Good. Nice touch. Bitcoin is indeed moving up and it looks to be holding, so mischievous. Nice. Nice catch. Nice catch. Feels like another knife catch. I guess I open the poll. I don't know how I do that. So then I got a break and we are good. If it's above it, yes. It's above that point, Solana might fly from here. So anyone who is in the Solana trade can take some profits. But I'm also now curious, and that's the thing, and that's, I keep on getting back to psychological aspects. For me, I'm now curious to see if I would be right in the end. So I am willing to lose a lot of money just to prove that I'm right. No music in tense situations. Yeah, you can also just shut up and wait. But according to the vector candles, this one has now been 50% recovered. And the top of this wick, as mischievous as thought is, might be super strong. I don't know if it's an origin, a backside origin, a top side, a front side, a flip or whatever, but it is strong. And it's a nice little candle. Now it's a previous hold level. So my house and doing 100x on BTC right now. Really? That was a backside. Yeah, that was the word I was looking for probably. But even though we're in a drawdown, it's still educational. But this is again, look at how nicely the parabolics move. But I'm really trying to develop a strategy around the fact that every time 1, 2, 3, 4 candles form, it goes down. 1, 2, 3, 4, it goes down. 1, 2, 3, 4, down. It looks theoretically like it's a theory that can be formed out of it. 1, 2, 3, 4th and 5th is down again. Like it's a theory that might actually be right for the current circumstances. That is also something that happens in the market. As soon as people figure out what's going on, as soon as people figure out some of the algorithms, some of the trading, some ways to counter trade it, they will change. Algorithms will adapt and algorithms will grow and keep on growing. It's a natural thing. I've been talking for too long. YouTube, no copyright sounds. That's good. Yeah. There you go. Here we have some music. Okay, educate me about FVGs a bit, like if FVG is 50% fail, what does that mean for the price forward? As soon as a volume gap or FVG, let me turn that down a bit. Like this. as soon as a gap is filled for more than 50%, like, let me give it a pretty color. No, not yet. Okay. As soon this right here, especially this spot, creates a new gap in the chart, which consists of a total of this gap up. It's bad quality for us. Yeah, then I'll just turn it off. I don't care. But this here would be the 50% that needs to be filled from this drop that is occurring. So the gap that existed is this full one. It's this huge, massive bump from hell to heaven. That is working from there. Check Subhan's message. What did Subhan say? Who is Paradox? Okay, don't. Okay, then I ban him. That's fine. But what is with his message? Solana is indeed being kept up at that region. That's interesting. We converted this downwards candle. If now Bitcoin has the strength to hold it, if we can now hold this level, then it's gonna be interesting. This is an important hold. If we go down from here again, I'm cutting it just because of the fact that, yeah, that's easier. Come on, convert it. Be my hero. Make me money in the end. Be my hero. Come on, Bitcoin. As fast as you can. Because if it can come down that fast and it looks like a V-shaped page, smells like a V-shaped play. But it is still the very area low, so it could be inverse head and shoulders. But this is a tricky level for Bitcoin, and it's still being indecisive. Still being indecisive. Let's see, what is E doing? ETH is doing the same thing. ETH is following again, but ETH is below this level now. The daily open doesn't act like it. Yeah, indeed, I agree. Fully agree. It's not doing much. Might be time to cut it, even though it's at. Check XRP. Nice. Where did this wick from hell come from? It's a news in XRP. Expected tomorrow. That's interesting. That is really interesting. I have to spot buy some of it. Just for the fun. Let's see if XRP wins tomorrow. And if XRP does indeed pull this off. Oh, imagine. It would be the reversal of the Black Swan. It would be the reversal of the Black Swan event. Check Dixie once, please. Yeah, Dixie's pulling back as well, so Bitcoin should, if there is a correlation or anything, should at least move back. We zijn ook op YouTube. Ah, stop lekker. Yeah, that also happens. Better use some funds somewhere else. This is a degen. Don't care about followers' funds. Okay, let's have this conversation then. Explain why I don't care about followers' funds. Like, what a guy. What a guy. Yeah, everything is dropping again. So I actually want to be out of these trades, to be honest. Don't really like the way that it's moving upside. And you will see as soon as he's doing something, as soon as I close it, I swear he will fly. Oh. Let's see, the question was, let's check ES or not. Holy, that's not healthy at all. Yeah, this looks healthy, this looks great. This looks great. Even though it is recovering a bit, to say most. Even though Bitcoin is pulling up its strength now. Cannot really see it yet here. If we can make it out of here, that would be so amazing. If we can make it out of these trades. If you have faith, keep this open. I do have faith, but I need to see confirmation for me to go more up. And I'm not getting the right confirmation signals at this point for this trade to remain open. Because it's having more downwards pressure. Even though upwards still wants to have a say in it. Like, look at this. This is a clear fight. And it still feels like something has happened that I missed. Because of the power. one is actually funny. Yeah, this looks good. But still, Bitcoin is not convincing me to keep it. What signs make up a trap? For me, the faster the move, the higher the probability of the move being a false move. Except when there's news and the world is crashing, etc., etc. But normally, fast move would be false move. Fast move would be false move. So that's interesting to see. Another one is if it's completely contrary to what Dixie is doing, Euro is doing, and again, I'm talking non-news plays here. So as long as it's involving a news play, then it's not valid. But normally fast moves, stop hunts, but again, they have speed as well. I came from future, your trades will end up green in 30 minutes. I truly hope so, Galaxy. And it's not that I'm not convinced, but it's also looks like a new consolidation area. It looks like it's gonna, like it's booked a hotel room and it's gonna sleep here for the next week. Check XRP again. What's XRP doing? Yeah, XRP is flying like crazy. Yeah, do we want to take a gamble? Like, okay, now I go degen mode. So I warned you all, this is degen. I repeat, this is degen. And do not per se try this at home. So I said it before I did it, this is degen. The XRP is coming down, I know. Probably will. Same as Bitcoin is slowly forming another parabolic move. You can just tell by the looks of it. Now I longed XRP now. The rest of the market is still pressuring it down. Like, do I want to get out now I still have profit, or do I want to wait this out in the understanding that it might actually fly? Yeah, I'm not gonna wait out to see if I'm right. has so much spread to it. It's ridiculous. Again, this is a formation that's doing completely nothing. If BTC pumps now, XRP will go to new heaven. It will legitimately go to a new place in the sky. If it turns this one around, we're in good. ETH is also pumping. Bitcoin is slowly recovering as well. This might get funny. It might actually get funny if Bitcoin continues. Such a DG move. I'm so sorry for it. Haters will say it's Photoshop, probably, or doesn't count to the challenge. Yeah, daily open is indeed acting as a heavy resistance. But that doesn't mean that resistances can't be taken out. Because resistances are there to be taken out. The daily open is being a heavy resistance right now. Just know without looking. These XRP is paying the bills. We'll update the Discord, otherwise we get in trouble for it. Michael, good call by the way. Great catch. This might be my savior. Fly, little baby, fly. Did 50% leverage on XRP. Yeah, crazy, but who knows? ETH is actually breaking this resistance. If Bitcoin can break the daily open as well, we might be in the money, guys. This is slowly creeping back up. I hate leaving profit on the table, as everyone knows. I might move it a bit with my port size after it. This one is looking good. Solana is at a standstill. Bitcoin is actually breaking it. Oh boys, I have a good feeling about it. I have a good feeling about this. Bitcoin can keep this up. Break it, Bitcoin, come on. I need more monitors, but I can't. Because then you guys can follow me. I wanted to drag it out of my screen, but then you guys lose what I'm doing here. That might not be the safest move. Come on. Come on, Bitcoin. Come on, Bitcoin. Like it always does this, it scams back the wick a bit before continuation up. That's the tendency to do it. Bitcoin the same, XRP the same. So I'm gonna hunt it with this one. Hopefully it's not biting me in the ass now. I'm gonna hunt it with a bit more. It always does it. It always does. So these need to reverse now. Reverse please. No, it's not reversing. Yeah, now it is reversing. That's good. That's a good boy. Let's see what ETH is doing. ETH is pulling back. Bitcoin is also pulling back, and it's in an upwards trend and upwards position. This one is reversing nicely. We already took 12 off the table. If this one can push out this, then they probably have to moon. The XRP should go on a moon mission for this. Solana is not doing anything. ETH is almost at a standstill. Like Bitcoin, I almost, I don't know. I almost refreshed the page to check. Yeah, this is a DJ move. I know, I told you guys, I warned you guys, this would be a DJ move. TP 0.39. Maybe, that would be healthy. Would be very healthy, but I don't know if it will get there. It is one of the previous weeks that it struggled with a lot, but Bitcoin has to just move out of the daily open zone. Really, come on. Do something here, buddy. Like for real, I wanted to do something. And by do something, I don't mean go down more. I have to be specific with these coins. Because if you say do something, they might just die. Someone is asking me the entry on XRP. Bro, I set market long it. How can I? How can I tell you an entry when I say I market long it? Come on. .39 probably. Yeah, might be. For me it's aiming a bit high. This one is not doing anything except dumping more. Daily open has become a complete resistance to it. A complete resistance. This one is trying its best to push. That should be amazing news for the crypto market potentially. ES dumping. Yeah, ES keeps on dumping. Tremendously actually. Tremendously. ETH is pulling up a bit, Bitcoin is pulling up a bit. We're moving towards the dead gap in the markets. I don't know if I want to hold this on much longer, but my position margin is that small that I can also just let it die, or at least wait for it to die, because it will die by itself, the trade, probably. First red candle, we're gonna take the profits and run. Yeah, for now I am. This one is again forming parabolics down. Not feeling these trades anymore, to be honest. Honestly, I am not. But again, this one, yeah. Yeah. What is it? One is a degen, always a degen or not? Yeah. It just looks like another parabolic move down, to be honest. Just looks like another downside liquidity. Another move down. had to change something here, but I don't know what. Bitcoin is... Yeah, Bitcoin had lost the volume. Bitcoin had a push down again. Tremendous. Short on 16.3. No, I might cut my losses here and just let it be. It was still a good day. We made money. We lost a bit as well. We took some downdraft. But yeah. So I think for now I'm gonna cut all trades. Close port at 650 or 520, sorry. I will just take the loss. That is it for today. No, it's a good thing I just closed everything. It really was a good thing. How do you mean, what am I doing? I was closing everything. What am I? See, I think that might be it for today. Taking more downside liquidity. We might be going even lower. I will adapt the Excel sheet accordingly. And yeah, I might stream more in the future. No, I didn't study ICT. How ben je mee bezig, man? I don't know. You see as soon as it forms in a parabolic matter, it is just lost. But yeah, tomorrow is a new day. We closed. Small profit today still. But it happens. Let there be another day and let's see where we end. Everyone who was here, thanks for coming and I'll catch you all next time.